Coach, for our first game, we always, I guess, prepared from in your mind as you could be right now.
You know, you're always chasing ghosts the first game, so you're looking back and, you know, a whole body of work of, you know, when you got a coach that's been there as long as they've been there, and just looking at what they've done over the last 3 or 4 years. So you're working on a lot of different things.
Jim, what's going on inside linebackers? I know you had in terms of who might start, how many guys in your rotation, that kind of thing.
You know, we got several guys that are playing pretty good ball right now. We got some guys that are back. You know, so we're probably going to play 4 or 5 different guys there.
How much run do you anticipate some of those freshman defensive backs getting, you know, given the amount that, you know, are only 2 deep there?
Yeah, we're playing at 12. It's a 12 o'clock kick, so we're going to play a lot of guys. We signed them to play them, so they're going to get an opportunity.
Has that been just something you've seen throughout the whole preseason? In that position?
Well, ask the question again, please.
Is that something you had seen from them? Have they made that progression through the preseason to earn that time?
Yeah, that's the way it works around Georgia. You kind of earn, you get what you earn.
What's your level of satisfaction versus angst at this point? Coaches are never satisfied, I know. So, I mean,
Yeah, no, we're excited. We're excited to play somebody else besides Georgia. You know, we've got some really good leaders on this team. We got some seniors that this will be their last go around. They've done a really nice job through camp, through the off season. We're a young team as a whole defensively, so it's, you know, every day is kind of a Monday for us. So, you know, I'm sure we got guys that are already kind of jittered up and nervous, but that's why you coach in this game, is why you play in these games.
Coach Rocker was talking about the other day, kind of the improvements Chris Mays made this offseason, flexibility-wise, and it says kind of showing up in camp. He was listing number 1 on the depth chart. Is he a guy that you guys feel like is coming on is going to be able to help you this year? Yeah,
we're excited about what kind of off season he's had. He had a really good off season. Guy where he's a little more mobile. Seems to kind of, since we've kind of changed our weight program a little bit. He's not as tight in his hips. He's able to kind of come out of his hips, and you know, he's done real well for us in fall camp.
Kind of in the same vein, what had John Atkins done over the summer to right now get
Yeah. It's, you know, John's lost some weight, kind of changed his body a little bit. You know, the guys are playing with a little more body quickness, a little more twitch about them. So we're excited about them. You know, now they've got to take it and put it on the field on the Saturday.
what about what do you know about the ULM team you're facing? What's the number one thing to handle them?
You know, well, traditionally, they've had a quarterback who can run the football. You know, last year, you look in the body of work, the guy they had, which he's not back, but really could spin it, threw it around, understood what they're doing in the passing game, do a really nice job in the run game. You look back, you know, kind of tracing them back over their history. They've done some really good things as far as perimeter runs, a lot of quarterback runs. So there's a lot of different things you have to prepare for.
What did Rico do to come in here and earn, it appears, some playing time and some confidence at the star and corner, wherever you put him?
Yeah, you know, he's one of a few guys that's going to be out there on Saturday. How soon, we don't know yet, but he's worked hard. Like a lot of the guys have. Football comes easy to him. We'll just see how he does on Saturday when the fray kind of starts.
Noticed you several times referenced to Dominic Sanders as Dom now. I hear that he earned a 3-letter name now between, you know, just as much as he's played and then as much praise as we've heard from other people about how he does.
Well, I tell you what, as fast as our offense has been going at practice, you better coach them in a hurry, so it's faster to say Dom, I guess.
Yeah. How's he? You know, obviously we know what he did last year. Started every game as a true freshman, and it appears you haven't lost any confidence in him.
Yeah, you know, Dom works as hard as anybody on the football team. He's a guy that is a good leader by example. Football's important to him. He's very conscientious. He's a tough kid. So we kind of lean on him back there in the back end. He has more experience than most of them. It's sad when you got a sophomore that's got more experience than the rest of them.
Jeremy, I know you guys are busy getting ready for a game, but the athletic board, I guess, moved forward on the athletic indoor facility. Just your thoughts on, I guess you guys have seen some renderings and just how that's coming along.
Yeah, I've not seen any renderings. I know as a staff we're excited about it. I know our players are really excited about it. It's going to help us in recruiting. It's going to help us develop football players, and we're fired up. We got administration that's behind us 100%, and we're excited about that. So when it gets up, we'll be using it as much as we can.
In a big picture kind of sense, having been at Alabama and Florida State winning championships, where do you think this program is in 2015 in terms of being in position?
Well, it's hard to compare, teams. Each year, each team's different. To win a championship, it takes guys with experience. And that's one thing that we're probably lacking a little bit on the defensive side is some experience. But you know what? There's twice when we won a championship. One year we won it at Alabama. One year at Florida State we had a new quarterback. In 2012 at Alabama we had a lot of new guys. We lost a lot of guys from the 2011 defense. But the thing about comparing the programs, it's hard to do that to me right now. But we're headed in the right direction.
You care to weigh in on the quarterback appointment? I guess everybody's been asked about that, and that's been a high-profile situation. But, your defense had as much to do with evaluating those quarterbacks as anybody else.
Yeah, and I didn't really pay much attention who was at quarterback, but I tell you what, all three of the guys done well this fall camp. So that was kind of my take on it. It would be hard to, if I was deciding, it'd be hard for me because they all really done a really nice job.
Coach, you and some of the players attended at a sort of a rolling rotation at outside linebacker. Have you sort of decided on a depth chart or rotation for that for this week, where some of the guys might play at?
Yeah, well, each week we meet as a staff on Thursday to kind of finalize that. So we'll after practice tomorrow, we'll see kind of where we're at, but it'll be the same usual guys. I mean, we're going to play a lot of people. So they'll all be in there.
Jeremy, do you have a good feel of how many true freshmen you're going to use Saturday? Are you on defensive?
We've not exactly finalized our depth chart yet defensively. It's kind of, when you got freshmen, you got guys that you want to coach. You want to coach them and coach them and coach them, but there comes a point, as you're game planning that you got to decide are the guys going to be ready by Saturday, because the last thing you want to do is put a guy out there that's not ready. And we've got a lot of guys that are like that. They're close. But so we've got to decide on that in the next 24 hours exactly who's going to be where.
Coach, is Shadow Fintig healthy now, and how's his development coming?
No, he is, and I tell you what, in the last week, Shadow's really improved. It seems like he's trusting his shoulder a little bit. He had a major injury there, and then he had some bad luck in the spring, and didn't get to practice but about 2 days during spring. So hopefully he's getting back in the groove a little bit. And I actually told him yesterday he done some really nice things. So hopefully he's getting back to his old self.
Coach, we saw Leonard get some playing time with inside linebackers yesterday. Is that something, just depending on the package you guys put out, is that something that you'd like to move into the inside?
Leonard's going to play everywhere. So that's nothing new. He'll play inside, outside. He'll play star. He'll play defensive end.
Time for one more, anybody?
Coach, does it kind of change how you're trying to figure out who's going to play for you whenever you've got a game that you, in game one, where you feel like you might get a chance to play a lot of guys, whereas if you're starting like last year, where you've got a night game against the Clemson or a conference opponent, you might not have that opportunity to get as many guys in, so you're just trying to figure out who's going to play now and who you're going to burn a shirt on and who you're going to kind of have to see a little bit more out of at a practice.
We're going to play the guys that's going to help us win. this game's no different than any game we'll ever play. I've coached against Louisiana Monroe one time and 0 for 1. So don't matter who our opponent is, we're worried about Georgia. So the guys who are ready to play, we're going to play them. The guys that are not, we won't.
How much have you mentioned that, being 0 for 1? As a motivational thing?
No, I don't think we need any motivation for our guys. Our guys are excited to play. To me, if you're a competitor, which I think we got a lot of competitors on our football team, the chance to go play, it don't matter who you play, you want to go compete. So I think our guys are excited.
Thanks, guys.